Monster Jam returns to Seattle for the first stadium show in over 20 years.
It's exciting times, great weather. I'm happy to be in the booth calling the action with you.
It has been a dogfight at the top between Neil Elliott and Adam Anderson, Maxie and Gravedigger. Let's take a look at our point standings. Here are the points coming into tonight's event. Neil Elliott, a small stranglehold on that top spot, 392 to 383 for Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. 9 points separate, including tonight. Only 3 events remain for this series, Morgan.
Well, the top 2 spots, they're so close in points. Anything can happen tonight. One little break, one little bobble, it'll put you behind, and that lead's going to stretch out even further.
It is certainly coming out of the wire here in Stadium Championship Series 2, but we're going to start with Monster Jam Freestyle, and this is Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower out of Watsonville, California, and she's going to send it right away. That first impression you make for these fans, so important, so getting that first jump out of the way is crucial in freestyle.
You know, Scott, as a Monster Jam driver, you know, you hear all the talk about stats this, numbers this. Everybody is always like, oh, what happened last show? It doesn't matter. We're here in Seattle, and this is what it's about. You got to live in the now and make sure that these 2 hours that these fans are here, you're giving them the best show that they can ever buy.
And she needs a little more room. She's going to back it up in front of El Toro Loco Ice and send it again. Trying to clear the freestyle pad, gets stuck on the top of it and back down. Just 22 years old is Rosalie Raymer, started driving at the age of 14. So 8 years behind the seat under the tutelage of her dad, Kelvin Raymer from Time Flies. And another nice job for Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower.
But one thing I'd like to touch on is the consistency that this dirt is. I mean, this is absolutely perfect. As a driver, you want to make sure that it has a little bit of grip, but you can slide around and have that freedom of a forgiving track. And Rosalie's doing a great job comboing things up. The big air, we got to make sure that she picks it up, that we need more momentum because the fans are going to expect big things from her.
The fans, very, very important when it comes to that automatic bid to World Finals. They take part in the judging and sending one of our competitors to that overall championship, the season championship, and eventually to World Finals. And look at the donut. She went around and around and around. So Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower starting to put the pieces together of an incredible freestyle run to get us started. She's going to inch up to the Monster Energy backflip ramp, and she is sideways in midair and lands on the side of Wildflower.
He's got a huge name to live up because he's got that alligator on his back, and he wants to make sure that he's giving the fans up here in Seattle a little bit of taste of Florida.
J.R. McNeil and Exterminator starting to slow it down. He may be lining up for the Monster Energy backflip. We do not see this a lot. Out of Exterminator, he is going slow to the backflip ramp and gets on the back 2 tires and flips it around, ends up on the hood. But a move that we don't usually see, a surprise backflip from J.R. McNeil.
But that's something to definitely get the fans on their feet notch here. You know, we're at their stadium. Everybody's out here to have a great time, and Candace Jolly and Monster Mutt Dalmatian, she knows how to put on a good show.
Candace Jolly, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, leaving the body off the side of the truck, hanging on for dear life, and there it goes. So she's leaving that Monster Mutt Dalmatian body on the dirt, and she's going to try for another jump over the freestyle pod. She clears it, back down the tail, still wagging, and she's got a happy puppy. Candace Jolly, laser focused, trying to plot her next move and get an exciting freestyle run to get those scores. There is a sky wheelie, and she lands it up on top of the ramp and cannot get off.
Looks like she's got a little bit of a damage in the back. Looks like a locked up planetary, and that's unfortunate, but she's not letting that stop her. She's going to give these Seattle fans something to talk about.
Now she is doing it on 3 wheels right now, and she's doing what most people couldn't do on 4. So Candace Jolly not going to let anything stop her when it comes to getting those points and making a great freestyle run. Not much of a bicycle you can attempt on 3 wheels, but she's up over the pod again with another jump, so she is still moving with that locked up planetary. That shows you a lot about who Candace Jolly really is.
I love this, man. I love this ragged edge style, and I know the fans are just getting pumped about this. They're getting their phones out, judgeszone.com. They're going to make sure that Candace Jolly gets a good score.
Now Eric Swanson in Obsessed attempted the nose wheelie and gets it and is able to moonwalk it across the freestyle track. So a nice first hit for Eric Swanson. On his second hit, tried for the bicycle, wasn't there. And now, Morgan, we go to Bryce Kenny and Great Clips Mohawk Warrior.
Well, I think what's so cool about this 2 wheels competition is that, you know, you get your choice as a driver to do whatever you want to do. And Bryce has been choosing to really nail this trick down all season. And it's super cool to be able to see the truck of the nose all high in the air just like that.
Was able to balance that on the back two wheels, and now his second attempt, he got the nose wheelie and couldn't hold it up. Adam Anderson in Gravedigger's first attempt got a bicycle and got some nice extension, goes back up over the freestyle ramp and saved it on the nose. So a great hit for Adam Anderson, his second attempt at the nose wheelie. There is the balance and the throttle control and the moonwalk back over the ramp. So good enough for second place, but Neil Elliott's so good when it comes to this competition.
This is something that he has perfected over a couple years, and Neil is just, I mean, it's textbook, man. He puts it on the nose every single time. Personally, as a driver, I think that with the front engine Max D, it makes it a little bit easier for him. Well, you got to make sure that you give the variety. I mean, 3 backflips, the judges have already seen it twice. You know, you got to make sure that you can only do it once during freestyle, because that's really all it needs to become a wow factor. But Scott, I mean, that's his signature move, so I totally understand where he's going with it. I mean, he's great at it. He's been able to hit every single one. I feel like I've been at the show with him. But right now, he's doing exactly what his plan was, and he's figuring out the quickest way and the most exciting way to get from point A to point B.
That's all about being exciting. Sometimes it's not about being flashy, but as long as you continue to use that track and use the clock to your advantage, keep the jumps coming and keep the fans happy, that will get you a good score at the end of your run. So Scott Buteau and El Toro Loco Ice trying to make it happen again, and he is going to back it up and find his footing, and he is going to size it up now for the Monster Energy backflip ram. Scott Buteau going to ease in, accelerate, get the spin, and he lands it on the back tires, and a backflip for Scott Buteau, who's done it so many times in his Monster Jam career.
It's definitely enough to put him into first place, but that tough break, I really wish he would have got one more hit in at the end of time. And I know Colt's getting pumped up right now. Looks like he's going to go for the mini flip.
Yeah, he's going to line up for that 8-pack backflip, and he is accelerating, and he gets it up and almost back on top of the bus and lands on the back tire. But he is not going to save it. He should have put it in reverse. You were yelling at him. But, man, what a move for Colt Stevens. Almost saved it, and that Brodozer truck is now on the ground in Seattle. Colt Stevens out of the truck. That's what I was talking about. He knows what that run did for him. He knows what it did for the fans, and he is excited. Colt Stevens and Brodozer, an incredible run in second place.
He knows what this sport has taken from a time, and you have to make sure that you're giving the fans exactly what they want. Adam's been always so good at that and teaching all of us in the sport what it takes to be the best. I mean, Adam is just sending it around. Body's ripping off. Fans are going crazy. This is ragged edge digger style.
And still some time on the clock for Adam Anderson to make another move to try to overtake Neil Elliott in the standings, and some more air. The chassis on Gravedigger shining that bright green as the body is on the track. Adam Anderson going to drift, turn back around across to the other side. He goes up and down the freestyle ramp, and he is going to try something here. The 8-pack backflip for Adam Anderson, and he nails it on top of the ramp and gets back down.
That was nice. A little bit of spin in it, helped him out. Oh, a little two-wheel action for the fans. That's one thing that you don't see a lot of in freestyle, is a little bit of bicycle action. But man, that was great. This is exactly what Adam needed, and this was a great freestyle.
And that may have put the nail in the coffin to Neil Elliott's season point lead. We are going to find out where Adam Anderson sits in freestyle. The fans on their feet, and Gravedigger is at the top of that ramp and possibly at the top of the mountain when it comes to freestyle points. Out of the truck and getting the crowd into it, celebrating Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, a spectacular run. And 9.709, your new leader, the black and green wrecking machine, Adam Anderson in Gravedigger.
He's definitely picking up some great points with this freestyle win, and it's been awesome to be able to be a part of it.
You know what's awesome, man? Monster Jam fans, they've been waiting 20 years for us to come back here to Seattle. And guess what? We came back and in style. From start to finish, this is one of the best Monster Jam shows I've seen all year, and I'm glad that I was the best one tonight.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.